Tools, docs, chat. Okay, so that technically works. Docs. Oh, fucking really? Okay. Okay, cool. That's how that works. All the studio. Birth rate is lower. We recommend you open widget. Stream's current bit rate is 6. That is lower. 23,000. Jesus. Okay. So how do I stream settings, stream output, bitrate, fucking 23,000. Okay, apply. Okay. Is this working? Select stream. This one. Studio. Okay, how's this work? Analytics, stream health. Okay, it's good. Okay.
More than half of our detachment, about 50 people, were killed by their commanders. That's a Russian soldier talking to a Russian reporter who shared this interview last week, and he's not the only one. Right about the same time, we had another captured Russian say, quote,
Testing. All right, that's that. That works. Desktop. I'm going to get rid of this. How? Hide, rename. Can I not fucking delete it? Oh, again, I'll delete this here. Remove that. Yes. Video capture, audio, desktop. Oh, video capture device. That's just that. I also want that all the way down just because fuck it. I don't want that anywhere near it. All right. Okay. Let's play this.
If you open your mouth, you will disappear or they will beat you to death. Now, despite this continued rot inside of the Russian army, they are advancing. So today, after looking at these pretty wild stories, we're going to get into some battlefield updates from two of the hottest sectors of the front, Pokrovsk and Zaporizhia. Now, this first interview, all these sources, of course, will be...
What does this say? Audio stream bitrate of 128. Audio stream bitrate of 128. What the fuck does that mean? Audio stream bitrate of 128. Keyframe. Audio. I don't know what Oh, so I guess. Oh, I probably can't. Wait. I can change these settings. Why can't I change the other settings? Maybe I can't. Wish I knew how to do any of this shit. This is really annoying. How do I get this to work? Why are both of these fucking like this? Fuck you, fuck you. Okay. So that seems to work.
Linked in the description below is coming from Russian mill blogger Romanov, who published his conversation with Russian Junior Sergeant Denis Kalishnikov of the 143th Motorized Rifle Regiment, where the junior sergeant said, quote, more than half of our detachment, about 50 people, were zeroed out by the commanders. Zeroed out means killed. He said they're carrying out the zeroing of...
Why is that lag? God, I need to like really restart my computer. Holy shit.
More than half of our detachment, about 50 people,
bro, my shit's fucked.
Carrying out the zeroing of personnel, removing weapons, extorting money. Everyone has to pay the commanders. If someone doesn't pay, that means he's not needed. They take him to the front line and zero him out. In front of me personally,
if you
several
are for some
people
reason
were
here,
killed.
I'm really sorry. This probably
He said at roll call, they tell each person how much he owes.
Just trying to figure out how this thing
and
works.
3 million rubles per person. For reference, that's between 13,000 and 39,000 US dollars. He said that is the fee to avoid being sent to the zero line or the line of contact. As soon as someone's money runs out, they're sent forward or killed. He added that weapons are constantly being taken out from the front line, saying he doesn't know where they're being taken or for what purpose, and saying in terms of his own personal circumstance, he was ordered to pay $3 million to avoid being sent to the front. He went to Rostov City, a major hub for the Russian military in the south, where he was to retrieve that money, and instead he escaped and subsequently told his story to Russian mill blogger Romanov. This isn't unique. We've heard these cases throughout the entirety of the war, and we've seen more of them lately. It shouldn't be a surprise. When you look at Russian recruiting, they are having to go further and further down the socioeconomic ladder to get people willing to go into the war zone, even for the salaries and the bonuses that they,
who the fuck
at
is
times...
this guy? Who's imposter edits? Pretty big account. I don't know why they're talking so much fucking shit. You live your life clip by clip, desperately trying to find the next one to post on Twitter to score a little clout. You don't give a damn about what his policy disagreements actually were. You're just another debate bro, attention whore. Again, like, I actually give a fuck. Fucking loser. God damn it. Okay.
Are paying. In turn, you have much more criminal conduct within the ranks if it's not effectively policed. And right now, it doesn't look like there's much attention being paid to that at all. Again, this is not the only instance, even this week, that we've heard like this. The Ukrainian I Want to Live project published an interview with 39-year-old Andrei, call sign Wolf, who was recently captured, or I should say surrendered, to Ukrainian forces. He said, quote, "If you open your mouth, you will either disappear, they will beat you to death, or they will zero you out. You won't be able to do anything." They say that he's not saying this for no reason. The Russian state did everything possible to make him hate it. They put a murder charge on him, threw him into the war against his will, and in the end decided to kill him on the very first mission. They said he was handed a weapon with ammunition of a different caliber, and that half of his group was killed by their own drones as they advanced forward. They said the only chance Wolf had to survive was to surrender, so he raised his hands and gave himself up to a Ukrainian drone.
Bro, this guy even
Now,
posted all
we're seeing
himself?
a lot
Fuck?
of this recently, where the Ukrainian forces are incentivizing their own troops to capture more and more Russian soldiers. There was a quote from the 225th, and I'll play one of their clips here showing them capture a couple Russian soldiers recently, where they said, "You don't need to die. There's plenty of you already dead laying across our entire country. Surrender. We want you to surrender." And they have been incentivizing their soldiers to capture as many Russians as they can alive. Again, one dead Russian soldier does not change the calculus of the war. But one captured Russian is traded 1-to-1 for a captured Ukrainian. That is a Ukrainian soldier coming back alive. And we're starting to see more and more the use of drones to actually carry out the capturing of enemy combatants along the front line. Another one here from the I Want to Live project. They said in the Sumy region, soldiers of the 158th Brigade captured 5 Russians with a drone. They say first the Ukrainians used a drone with a loudspeaker to persuade 2 Russians sent to infiltrate the destroyed village of the occupiers to surrender.
Okay.
Then these 2 recorded an appeal to their comrades, urging them to follow their example, to which 3 more Russians responded. Did you catch that? So the Ukrainians sent a drone forward, recorded a couple guys asking their friends to surrender. So the Ukrainians asked 2 Russians to surrender.
Okay, let's try this. Awesome. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if it's like I have all these gain knobs and shit on this thing, and I don't want to like blow people's ears out, but I also don't want to make it. I'm nice try. But Bobby Brown is that kind of really cool guy that Denzel Washington said in Training Day. That is for absolutely sure. And I do appreciate you helping me out with this. It'll take 20 seconds and you can be on your way. But I just want to make sure I'm not blowing ears out or anything like that, or if I'm actually made any differences in how loud it was. How does it sound? Tell me. Now I'm nervous. Fuck. Booby. As somebody who often has his name like everyone always calls me Chief, I understand how that feels, and I'm very sorry. What's your PayPal? I'll send you some money. But does it sound like any word? Like, so far you sound great. A little loud, but not a little loud. Okay. Is that any better? It's like that was my worry. I was going to make it too loud. It is no, that's okay. Good. It's clear. I'm just trying to find like a good volume where if I'm just like talking normally, it's not as quiet as it was when I called in, but also just a little not too loud. I can't even fucking see the knobs. Goddamn. 1 second. Okay, that's like. How about that? Is that any good? Any good? Any bad? Solid to clear. My man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very, 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 very much. Thank you. That was a big help because it's impossible fucking recording it and then listening back. Thank you, man. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, she was trapped. This is oh hell yes. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thanks, man. All right, I'm probably gonna cut it. You don't have to stay. I just want to make sure because I'm probably gonna go live at some point this weekend, and I just want to make sure it was ready. I really appreciate you. You're the best. Adios, buddy. Thank you. Okay. Good. I think at least everything is set up. I really should actually just like write down because I will fucking forget what a good volume level is. So, what is this? So master level at what is that? That's it. Call that 2 o'clock. Maybe game at 1 o'clock. Hooray! All right, good. That works. Dope. Okay, everything's working.
Surrender. They did. They then played a video for their own Russian soldiers, saying, "Hey guys, We weren't killed. We surrendered. Come on over. The living is good. They say their comrades in arms traditionally tried to kill the surrendered men when they are going to the Ukrainians, but the luck was on the side of the prisoners. This is happening more and more lately. Russian commanders clearly prioritize throwing a grenade at their soldiers rather than a ration pack or a bottle of water when they are sitting at the gathering point for days without food and water. As you can see in the video, they say for Russian soldiers, surrendering does not require much effort. It's enough to somehow make their intentions clear to the UAV operator. Again, there are a lot of incentives across the board for Ukraine to get Russian soldiers to surrender. We are seeing more and more media put out addressing the Russians directly, saying this is an option for you. And think how well that plays to the soldiers that are hearing the other side of this from Russian media even. Romanov there, the mill blogger, saying the soldiers are extorted, and when they run out of money, they're sent forward to the line of contact. You can imagine that if the I Want to Live project gets some of this media in front of those soldiers, they're going to be more than willing to lay down their arms and surrender at the first chance possible, even if it's a drone overhead. Now, speaking of drones, did a pretty cool collaboration with Vet TV, I think, Vet TV and Battle Lab, talking about a new project they have going on right now. Let's give that a quick look. Hey, real quick, what do you get when you take U.S. special operators, put them on a mock battlefield, give them drones, and force them to fight it out? I mean, pretty good entertainment for starters.
All right, go.
Yep. Yeah, I just took one in the ass right there. Nice.
But also one of the most unique and, I would argue, important data points for the defense industry. Look, we're behind when it comes to drones, no doubt. But a new program on Vet TV aims to help bridge that gap and brings us along for the ride. Battle Lab is a new series where teams of former U.S. special operators are pitted against each other to rapidly develop drone tactics that best apply to the modern battlefield. And what I think is really cool here is we get to watch in real time as some of our most elite warriors figure out what works and what doesn't. And it happens fast. I mean, before the end of Season 1, these guys are landing FPV drones to wait an ambush, a super deadly tactic that's playing out right now in Ukraine. So check the link in the description and pinned comments to watch Season 1. And great news, Season 2 is set to premiere soon, and Season 3 is already in the works. Give it a watch, and let me know what you think. All right, now turning back to some battlefield updates here, I want to start in the Pokrovsk direction. We know this is one of the heaviest areas of fighting in over the course of the last year plus, and it does look like in recent days that Russian forces have now captured all of Minograd. So if we look at Deep State map here, we'll go to the 14th, you'll see that at least the northern portion of Minograd is shown, according to Deep State map, as being contested in this gray